Welcome to Earth. There's people. Where are they? They're on the run. What are they doing? Making art. We're talking eggshells, ochre, and rocks. It's 25,000 BCE. It's Africa. Inspired by the hit movie Apollo 11, these artists have drawn lots and lots of animals on their rocks. 10,000 years later, French people steal their idea, and this time are fancy about it. But what else can you do with rocks? Cut them up into very tiny women. Willendorf did this in 24,000 BCE and copyrighted it. Also, Mexico turned a camel into a dog. Then people got bored of walking and everyone everywhere stopped walking and built houses. The Sumerians and Uruk invented booster seats for their houses in 3517 and 3358, right before people in Wiltshire invented ancient modern art with their rocks. Around 3000 BCE, Willendorf's copyright ran out, and now there's lots of tiny rock women everywhere. There's Dogu in Japan from 3000 to 2000, and Tlatelolco in Mexico from 1200 to 600. There's also this impressive little man in Sumerian culture, who'd become the template for the over-enthusiastic youth pastor 4,000 years early. Speaking of Sumerians, they're Neo now, and Gudea really wants to work on his branding over in Girsu. Over in Iran, Naram Sin died, the Babylonians made the ultimate deviant ROC, and Darius and Xerxes want everyone to know how cool they are, even though they'll never conquer the Greeks. While all this is going on, the Harappans are like, what if we made a funky little red man, and took 700 years to do it? Breaking news! A local prince transcends humanity, and now in the 3rd century BCE we're putting his ashes in mounds. The biggest one is in Sanchi, Madhya Pradesh, and it's a popular tourist attraction, maybe because the Eastern Yakshi figures are so polite. Or, maybe people just think that helping monkeys cross bridges is sexy. Burial mounds are dumb, says a 13-year-old, uniting all China right before 221 to 206 BCE. I want to have 7,000 men in my tomb. And they let him. Louis Sheng in the Han Dynasty thought this was a cool idea, but all he could afford was a very small mountain called the Boshanlu. Look what I can do, says a Nok culture in the late 4th century in Rafinkura, Nigeria. That's cute, responds the Olmecs in 1200 BCE in San Lorenzo, Mexico. I like sitting down, says a Nayarit between 300 BCE and 200 CE. The Moke culture couldn't hear them because they were too busy building a chavin, putting a very good face on a lanzon, and worshipping cats. Remember when people got bored of walking? The Egyptians do, and in 3000 BCE, Narmer also got bored of having 2 separate Egypts, so he glued them together and made a makeup palette to celebrate. Djoser also decided in 2675 he liked stairs, so he commissioned a famous artist to make some. The phase stuck until 25 BCE, during which Djoser's other hobbies included being cool in his Hebsed court. Then, Khafre, Khufu, and Menkaure all teamed up to T-pose on him from 2551 to 2472. Also, Khafre liked cats. Meanwhile, Amun-Re, and Montu decide to chill together in Karnak in 2055, and then they invented fancy columns in 1479, and then they invented a big hallway in 1250. Art should make sense, said the Egyptians for 2,000 years, ignoring the scribe who looked way too realistic in 2620 to 2500. Menkaure and his queen in 2490 to 2472 thought this was a good idea. So did Hatshepsut, who tore down the patriarchy and also had a temple in 1465. The Book of the Dead also thought this was a good idea, and in 1275 let Hunefer weigh his heart. Actually, fuck you, said Akhenaton in 1353, and he continued to fuck up art until 35 BCE in the Armana timeline, after which everyone pretended he didn't exist. Exekias legalized pot in Greece between 540 and 30 BCE by showing how cool it would be if Achilles beat Ajax in a Smash tournament. Then, in 530 BCE, a statue was made, another statue was made, and everyone got together to make a nature trail dedicated to Apollo, complete with stadium. The Sifnians wanted to show off how much they loved Apollo, so they made a very expensive house, and they decorated it with pictures of the gods kicking some giants' asses.